Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat. Today we are going to talk about the new heaven and the new earth. What will heaven be like? If you watch movies like What Dreams May Come, or if you read books like Heaven is for Real, you can get some pretty far out notions of heaven. But we don't want notions. We don't want speculations or wishful thinking. We want to have a biblical world view. That's why we're going back to the Bible to answer the question, what will heaven be like? Listen to a compelling future reality for us in Revelation chapter 21, beginning in verse 1. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. I also saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared like a bride, adorned for her husband. Then I heard a loud voice from the throne, "Look, God's dwelling is with humanity, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and will be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Grief, crying, and pain will be no more, because the previous things have passed away." How I wish I had just 30, 60 minutes to unpack these verses. But I only have 5, or maybe even 3 at this point. So let's get going. John, in his final vision, he sees after the judgment of the sinner, he sees a new heaven and a new earth. I think when it says new, I believe he really means new. Scholars debate if new means absolutely new or is it paradise restored. But regardless of what we think, the old is going to be changed into something better, and I think completely new. The new Jerusalem comes down from heaven. It's in John 14 that Jesus declared that he would prepare a place for you, for the believer. It is here in the new Jerusalem we find that home. It's new. The old beloved city will be no more. So what exactly will happen to the old Jerusalem, to the old heaven, and to the old earth? Well, 2 Peter 3 seems to indicate it will be a fiery destruction, burned up. And the result is a new heaven, a new earth, and a new Jerusalem. It also says that there will be no more sea. Now, some people think that this is literal, while others think this is figurative for death and the fear associated with the oceans. For me, I sure hope that there are beaches and large bodies of water. But once in heaven, I'm not going to care either way. Why wouldn't I care? Because God will dwell with us. Finally, the spiritual relationship is consummated into a daily walking with God, just like in the Garden of Eden. And then in verse 4, we find some of the best news of all. It says he will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Grief, crying, and pain will be no more, because the previous things have passed away. Friend, I long for that day when we will have no more cancer, no more sickness, no more pain, no more disappointment, no more lies, attacks, dysfunctions, and so on. It will truly be paradise with God forever. Heaven is for real, and what we know about it is awesome. So here's my challenge for you today. I want you to bring a piece of heaven to those around you. God has given us glimpses of paradise through many versions of His grace. What is it that you can do to show the people around you just a little glimpse of heaven? Just a picture of that glorious future. I long for that glorious day. I pray you do too.